Halo Lur, selamat datang kembali di channel To Be Ak. Apa kabar semuanya hari ini? Admin doakan semua dalam keadaan sehat. Amin. Kali ini, kita akan menyaksikan reaksi dari 6 reaktor saat memeriksa Alip Ba Ta Bohemian Rhapsody. Mari kita mulai Lur.
Guitar player from Indonesia, Alip Ba Ta. I think somebody told me in the comments that that means 1, 2, 3 or something. So if you wouldn't mind leaving me in the comments what his real name is, that would be wonderful. I also found out something even more wonderful, excuse me, through all the comments and everything, is his humility, his humbleness, that he has a job as a forklift operator or driver, and he loves his job, and this is what he does from his, from his soul, from his heart and stuff. And it's so encouraging and so lifting to hear stories like that, because there's so much great talent out there, but somebody like him could influence others to pick up an instrument and do the best that you can and have a wonderful time doing, because the other 2 videos I did were amazing. So I look forward to this. Of course, I am familiar with the song, but how he arranges it and plays it, that's probably what's going to make this really unique. So let's do this. This is Alip Ba Ta, excuse me, Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody.
First of all, this sounds phenomenal. His technique is just so amazing. It's really to be said, when you keep your hands that close, you just get this exact precision. But if you notice, he's keeping his hand far away from that mic, so he's not picking up the sounds. And that's very unique. Like it looks like just a clip-on mic he put inside the acoustic guitar to do it. And this guitar sounds beautiful. What is it, a Cort?
Yeah, I never would have thought of that, to just put a mic there so you don't get that stupid DI sound, and then you just get a nice, clean...
All right. This is what's wonderful about the experience that I'm having here, and I feel so, grateful for YouTube for showing me so many wonderful. As an old person, I'm not big in listening to new music and stuff, but it's wonderful to hear musicians like this. In this case, with this gentleman here, he has already shown many different styles of guitar playing in this short minute and a half that I've been listening to, enough to make me, because I play guitar a little bit, I mean nothing like this, but enough to make me having to memorize the patterns and playing in a way where the melody is embedded in the chord changes.
Alright, let's stop right here for a second. I do love the fact that he uses a lot of harmonies, and when that part, mama, da, da, when that part started, the first chord was like a very harmonized chord, not just like one pitch. Really cool. I really like the fact that he adds his own flavor, and that's very hard when you cover something like Queen. When you cover, basically, for me, Queen, they are gods of this universe, basically. So somebody covering Queen, it's always like, because it's Queen, you can't outsing Queen. So I just love the whole thing. I just love the whole style of this performance. Like, it's so laid back. He's obviously so into it, and it's very in the music. And I love that he adds things to it. I love that he plays the actual instrumental part and the vocal part in it. Really cool. I wish I played guitar and could break this performance, this video down a little bit more, but it seems to me that he managed to play instrumental and the vocals, which is really, really cool and very, very interesting.
This sounds, it sounds badass. And of course, a lot of it sounds badass because he's playing phenomenally. He's playing really well. That's really unique, clever on how he did that.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for finger players, the ones who do chords and melody stuff at the same time.
Is he smoking a blunt? Is that a blunt over there in the corner?
No.
It totally looks like a blunt over there in the corner.
No.
Like It literally gives a nice touch. It's so subtle, but the fingernail that he uses to tap on his guitar to give a little rhythm to this part. So nice. So nice. It's all in these details. He adds so much detail and so much of the original song and sounds and melodies in this. Just on guitar, it's crazy.
Stop that for a second. Wow, I've heard a classical player whose name I can't remember right now play this song, and I really like the tempo of this. I like it because it seems a little different than original, and it pulls you in a different way. I always like how Alip takes songs and makes them his own a little bit, and has these little stylistic things going on. For people that don't know about guitar music, when he's putting his finger on the neck and sliding into note as he's playing it.
Bro, that technique is so hard to do.
It really
you gotta
is.
put your hand right there on the string, and then you flick your thumb at the same time and let go to get that tone.
Was that us doing it?
What you do is you have your finger here, and as he's doing it, he's plucking it with his thumb off on the side. I don't know if you can see that too well. And then he plucks that at the same time and lets go with his finger.
Oh.
It's a really hard technique to do.
Okay, that's not easy stuff, especially in a song like this. There are songs that might be a little easier to play and stuff. They might not have, a lot of changes, but this has non-stop chord changes that work. On top of it, he's doing those harmonics, the pick finger harmonics. So there's a lot of mechanics going on here with right hand technique and then left hand technique, obviously. One not more powerful than the other. In something like this, you need to be equally gifted, if you would, in both hands to do that. And also a lot of the, like I said, the melodies within the chord configurations, also the sliding. You have to be exact with that. When you slide, it's like it's called double stop if you have two strings that you're holding down and you're sliding down. At least what I'm hearing here, you have to be so precise. And this is a live performance, and I get a little like a little nervous because if I was doing this, I probably would have made a mistake in the first 15 seconds. But so far, this is wonderful. Just love it.
Very precise. All right, let's stop right here. I just said that I love that it's very precise. It's like there's nothing extra in it. Everything has its own place. And I don't know if he's a trained guitar player. I don't know. I don't know him. I really want to research a little bit more about him. But I feel like that's how people that are trained in classical guitar would play. Everything is very precise. Everything is very on point. And I'm classically trained vocalist. So like when I rehearse a song, when I sing a song, everything has to be very, very precise and very, very perfect. And that's what I see in this performance. Like I feel like every single pitch has its own place. Every single harmony is absolutely perfect. There's no sloppiness in his playing. Again, not a guitar player, but this is what I see from my perspective. Everything is just like precise and perfect, and he doesn't. I feel like it's all. There's always like something like a meter behind him, because it's just everything is perfect, and it's a long song and it's a hard song, and he's adding his own flavor, and just to keep everything this kind of perfect.
Apparently, this is an Indonesian guitar player, but I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything about the video. I haven't seen anything or heard anything from him, but I assume they suggested it to me because I play the guitar myself, even though
Stop this real quick because I'm getting lost in this. I always like hearing a guitar player take a song written and usually played on piano and converting it to guitar, because that's not an easy conversion necessarily. And it's really cool. This song has such a great and iconic melody. It's just one of those songs that, it's so recognizable. And I'm really liking the arrangement and the chords he's playing. Because like I said, going from piano to guitar, it's not as easy to get the notes that are close together like on a keyboard. on guitar, you gotta spread your fingers out. In other words, spread the notes out.
All right, before I get into a part that I'm obviously very familiar with because of the song, just how he throws in that extra element now on this next passage with his pinky keeping the rhythm. I mean, how many things can this guy do at one time? And then something else that I noticed. Now, this is just composer, musician, and stuff like that. He has such a calmness about himself. You know, there is no, what we call in the music world, there is no stank face. You ever see when musicians play instruments and sometimes they're like, you know, you see the expression in the faces here? He's so calm. And then even when he did the turnaround, when I first started the song back up, and he looked up and he just like was channeling the energy of the music. You know, it just, you could see that he was really pulled in through the playing and stuff like that. You know, and then there was some really nice phrasing that he threw in there. Obviously, this is his own arrangement, right? Because even if you gave this song to 10 different guitar players, they're going to come up with 10 different ways to arrange this, you know, to make it personal to their own way of playing guitar. But I love in here that I did hear some nice little Western bluesy riff kind of playing that came around in a couple phrases, which was really super cool. Okay, now it looks like we're going to go into one of my favorite parts.
Very, very, very difficult to do.
You're making
and
it look
this
easy.
guy is doing it no problem.
I love those artificial harmonics. Like, that just makes it sound so much more, like, I don't know, cleaner.
It's a lot
beautifuler.
harder on an acoustic, but this little mic that he just has clipped off to the side is doing a beautiful job at capturing it.
That's badass.
He plays.
Enam reaktor terlihat sangat antusias saat menyaksikan Alip Ba Ta memainkan lagu Bohemian Rhapsody dengan gaya fingerstyle. Dari detik pertama, mereka langsung dibuat terpukau oleh cara Alip Ba Ta memulai lagu dengan nuansa yang lembut namun penuh kekuatan. Ekspresi mereka menunjukkan kekaguman yang tulus, seolah tidak menyangka sebuah lagu yang begitu kompleks bisa dibawakan hanya dengan satu gitar. Mereka mulai saling melirik dan tersenyum, menyadari bahwa apa yang mereka dengar adalah sesuatu yang luar biasa. Seiring permainan berlanjut, para reaktor mulai mengangguk-anggukkan kepala mengikuti alur lagu. Mereka tak henti memuji bagaimana Alip Ba Ta berhasil menerjemahkan bagian-bagian rumit dari Bohemian Rhapsody ke dalam permainan gitarnya. Tanpa bantuan vokal atau alat musik lain, Alip Ba Ta mampu membangun dinamika yang begitu hidup. Mereka sepakat bahwa ini bukan sekadar cover, tapi sebuah interpretasi penuh jiwa yang menunjukkan kecintaan mendalam terhadap musik. Ketika Alip Ba Ta memasuki bagian rock dalam lagu tersebut, ekspresi para reaktor berubah menjadi penuh semangat. Mereka terkejut bagaimana energi lagu tetap terjaga hanya dengan petikan gitar. Beberapa dari mereka bahkan tertawa kecil karena kagum, menyadari bahwa semua elemen khas dari Bohemian Rhapsody berhasil dibawa dengan sangat presisi. Mereka merasa seperti sedang menyaksikan pertunjukan penuh band, padahal yang mereka lihat hanya satu orang dan satu gitar. Permainan harmonik dan teknik tapping yang digunakan Alip Ba Ta juga mencuri perhatian. Salah satu reaktor tampak terbelalak saat mendengar suara-suara khas yang muncul dari gitarnya, seolah ada instrumen tambahan tersembunyi. Mereka saling menunjuk dan tertawa kecil, tidak percaya dengan apa yang mereka saksikan. Menurut mereka, Alip Ba Ta tidak hanya menguasai teknik, tapi juga tahu kapan harus memberi ruang bagi emosi untuk berbicara melalui musik. Di bagian balad lagu, suasana menjadi lebih tenang dan para reaktor terlihat larut dalam melodi. Mereka terdiam sejenak, membiarkan suara gitar mengalun dan mengisi ruangan dengan keindahan. Beberapa dari mereka terlihat menyandarkan tubuh dan menutup mata. menikmati permainan Alip Ba Ta seolah sedang menonton konser pribadi. Lagu yang begitu megah dari Queen kini terasa begitu intim dan menyentuh, berkat sentuhan jari-jari Alip Ba Ta. Reaktor juga memuji cara Alip Ba Ta mempertahankan ekspresi tenang dan fokus sepanjang permainan. Mereka sadar bahwa untuk membawakan lagu sekompleks ini tanpa bantuan apapun memerlukan konsentrasi dan penguasaan yang sangat tinggi. Tidak ada gerakan berlebihan, tidak ada ekspresi dramatis, hanya ketenangan dan rasa percaya diri yang terpancar dari wajahnya. Menurut mereka, justru kesederhanaan inilah yang membuat penampilannya begitu kuat dan berkesan. Pada akhir video, semua reaktor sepakat bahwa Alip Ba Ta telah menciptakan sesuatu yang luar biasa. Mereka merasa beruntung bisa menyaksikan interpretasi yang begitu jujur dan penuh bakat dari lagu legendaris ini. Mereka berharap lebih banyak orang bisa mengenal sosok Alip Ba Ta dan mengapresiasi kemampuannya yang luar biasa. Bagi mereka, ini bukan hanya permainan gitar, tapi sebuah bukti nyata bahwa musik sejati bisa menyentuh hati siapapun, tanpa perlu banyak kata. Itulah lur untuk reaksi kali ini. Sampai jumpa lagi di video selanjutnya bersama channel 2BAK. Admin ucapkan terima kasih banyak telah menonton.